All right, so we've got about 20 questions here, just as a demonstration. So imagine you've got an RFP, copy and paste the questions over into SalesGRID, and we've got our bulk response piece here. You can actually, at the moment, you can paste in up to maybe 80, 90 questions at a time. We're going to continue to expand on that, but you can see it's going to work here. While it's going to work, I'm just going to explain a couple of things. So here within SalesGRID, we have Savvy, our artificial intelligence chatbot, and Savvy knows all about the content that's been loaded into SalesGRID. So content are things such as Google Sheets or Excel, Office documents, PDFs, and so on. So for example, I click on a Google slide here, and so all this content in here, Savvy knows about. Okay, and so that's a key point. So you can load up all your old RFPs and everything, and that will continue to train Savvy on everything about your business. Likewise, we have a playbook where you can actually map out all the steps in the playbook, and Savvy also knows about all of that. But meanwhile, let's have a look and see how it's going. So you can see here what Savvy's doing is it first gets all the questions, and it needs to organize and get all that data and work out based on the format what the questions are, and get that organized so the AI can go to work, which is what it's doing now. And so we should see in the next 10, 20, 30 seconds or so, you're going to see the results come out. So let's, it will happen, but while I'm on my, I'm sort of pointing out the key things. You can also have multiple playbooks, by the way. So you can actually partition out the knowledge if you want to have very separate sort of divisions or separate knowledge bases. And there we go. It is now finished. So now all those 20 questions have been answered. And so the first thing to note is that each question has an answer in this format. It repeats what was the requirement, what was the question, what is the short answer, which will make configurable to be partial, comply, yes, no, whatever. Most importantly, the long answer. So here's the actual commentary or response to the question itself. Typically, the way it's set at the moment is to be sort of 3 or 4 sentences at a time. But again, that can be modified to be longer or shorter. And then you get a confidence score, and the confidence score is based on the match to the content. So a 100 confidence score means that there's really good content to support this question. A confidence score below 90 or 80 indicates that there might be issues with the supporting content or the knowledge. And so you get the long answer, the confidence score, and an internal explanation. And so here it actually describes why it isn't quite 100. Gives you some more background info, and then finally you also get all the sources. What is the source content? So this can be really handy if you want to dig in more and learn a bit more about this particular response, or you want to include attachments or reference attachments in your response. So that's all the output for the 20 questions. But then the next thing is we've then got this little download button, and we're going to continue to streamline this. But at the moment, I'll show you it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go in now. I'm going to open up that file. Here it is here. And I'm going to grab that content and I'm going to paste it into my output document here. And bang. There it is. There's the 20 questions. So we've got 20 questions, the short answers, the long answers, the confidence score here. So you get I've pre-formatted this sheet so that it's actually going to, color codes based on the confidence score. So you can kind of quickly see where you might want to spend a bit more time drilling in, and you get an internal explanation. There's all the sources. So as you can see there, in a matter of, probably took 2 or 3 minutes to give the 20 questions, but the more you put in, the faster it is in effect. So I did one earlier this morning, which was I think 80 questions, and that took about 5 or 6 minutes. That was for an actual real customer, so I can't show that, but this is just a demo. But yeah, so the final point about all of this is that what we're doing here is primarily it's really in a really rapid time getting a quality first draft in the hands of the bids team or the sales manager or the salesperson. It's getting that quality first draft. And there's two things about that. One is just emotionally, psychologically, it's just so much better. You know, within a few minutes of receiving the RFP, I can get a quick heads up on what this thing looks like in terms of how good our knowledge-based content matches the RFP, which it also talks to potentially product fit and solution fit. But yeah, I've got this whole writer's block thing's gone now. I'm actually off to the races. I've got a really good first draft to work off. So now I can actually invest my time or the team's time in optimal, high-value activities that are going to take the RFP response to the next level. And this is just one example of using SalesGRID. Another one is where you could actually, we've got this Ask Me Anything feature where you could then feed in aspects of your response or feed in aspects of the RFP and actually ask the AI to analyze it. You know, maybe add a slightly different narrative to the overall response and so on. But this bulk response piece is really all about getting that first draft in the hands of the team literally in minutes. You know, so you get a big RFP, and within the hour, you've now got a first draft all set up that everyone can collaborate on. So pretty awesome, particularly if you're getting multiple RFPs during the month. All right, thank you. Let's just look at one of these responses because I think this is interesting. So how does your platform handle the storage and organizing of various content? Can content be tagged or categorized for easy retrieval? So there's actually a couple of questions in one here, but this response here is pretty good. Our platform was designed to handle the storage, to facilitate easy retrieval. Additionally, our platform offers advanced search capabilities and so on. But so it's a pretty good response. What I find interesting is that the confidence score is only 90. And the reason for that, it's telling me, is because there's no explicit mention of the ability to tag content in SalesGRID. And so for me, this is telling me, well, we need to improve our content because we can absolutely handle tagging is explicitly handled in SalesGRID, but it's clearly not in the content. So as an enablement manager, I'm thinking, hey, we need to improve that part of the system. And of course, if I were to update this RFP response and then upload it into SalesGRID, it's going to automatically capture that improved commentary, that improved knowledge. So and this is consistent throughout. You're getting really good, the AI is really good at writing, good quality English. It knows all the content in your system, and so it gives good responses based on how good your content is.